Hi, everybody, and welcome to another afternoon of Los Alamos High School baseball. And this afternoon, the Hilltoppers will take on one of their arch rivals, the Santa Fe High School Demons. The Hilltoppers coming into the ball game right now are 5-5. The Demons are 7-5. The Hilltoppers coming off a victory over St. Michael's 15-11 on Tuesday night, and now they're going to face the Demons, who are 7-5. The Hilltoppers. Let's see, they kind of interesting the way things went. They started off with a 3-game losing streak, and that was down at the Albuquerque at the Academy tournament. They lost to Sandia Prep and Academy and Valley, and then they got things underway and took on Del Norte, beat Del Norte 13-4, took on Santa Fe Indian School 22-7, and then they played Academy once again after they lost to Academy 3-1. They defeated Academy 7-2, so it looked like they were coming together. And then they went down to the Artesia tournament, and they lost. They won the first game against Artesia, the host team, and that was at 6-1. But then things didn't go so well after that, as they ran into Santa Teresa, lost to them 6-2, and then Goddard and Roswell, they lost to them 6-5. So they come into this ball game right now at 5-5 after winning that ball game in on Tuesday night against St. Michael's. So right now the Hilltoppers, they're out warming up, so we're going to get underway in just a few minutes here. But let me give you a rundown on the Los Alamos defense. First base is going to be for the Hilltoppers. First base is Jack Moody. Second base, Diego Ortiz Rodriguez. Third base is Grant Watkins. And Taylor Drake is the shortstop. Out in the outfield, Ty Swaverly's in left. Charles Steinkamp is in center. And Maddox Martinez is in right field. And the battery for Los Alamos behind the plate is Esteban Trujillo. And on the mound for Los Alamos is Donnie Valerio. And Valerio will not bat. And batting for him is going to be Carson Dixon in the number 2 spot. So I'm going to bring in the heavy hitters right off the bat here with Carson. And the defense for Santa Fe, pick it up. But anyway, it's Ivan Ortega at first, Luis Bustos at second, Lucas Lujan is the shortstop, Adam Alvarez is at third. Outfield, right, is Luke Armijo is in center, and Elijah King is in right. And we're about ready to go here. So the Hilltoppers Santa Fe will bring their first batter to the plate, and that is going to be facing Donnie Valerio. And boy, right off the bat, the swing, and boy, he paced one out in the outfield in the center field, and that's been pulled in by Los Alamos. But the first pitch now down to Luke Armijo, and he's a right-handed batter, and he just let it fly. So one away here in the top of the first inning, and at the plate right now is Elijah King. He's the right fielder. So the first pitch comes in, and a called strike over the outside corner to a left-handed batter. Elijah up there on the left-hand plate swings and fouls this one off. So right now, Johnny Valerio way ahead here of Elijah King. King will be followed by Lucas Lujan. He's the shortstop, and Adam Alvarez, who is the at third base. So right now we're looking at an 0-2 count, and he takes a swing, and this one's going to go, and that's going to be a base hit out into right center field. So Lucas Lujan starts things off with a nice single out into right center. He's at first base, and Elijah King, I'm going to correct that. And now Lucas Lujan will come to the plate. So Elijah King with that nice hit out into right center field. Lucas Lujan now the shortstop at the plate. Runners on first. There's one away here in the top of the first inning. Donnie Valerio on the mound for Los Alamos. Boy, beautiful pitch. A beautiful fastball, meatball right down the middle. And Lucas Lujan decides that he'll just take a look at that, which is something he shouldn't have done, obviously. So Donnie ready for pitch number 2, and this is going to get away from the catcher, and so heading down to second base on the pass ball, and that's going to be Elijah King. So he starts off with a single, and then he gets down to second on a pass ball, and so let's see, and so right now we're looking at, anyway, that was a called strike. So it's once again Donnie is ahead. 0-2. This one's going to be outside. This one also is going to get away from the catcher as it hit the dirt. Wow. And that's going to move Elijah King down again on a pass ball. So Elijah King goes to third. So now they have a running and scoring position with one away, and Lucas Lujan has a 1-2 count. So Lucas Reddy and Donnie, who was ahead in both batters, of a count of 0-2. This one is a called strike. And so Lucas Lujan goes down. And that's going to make it out number 2. And here comes the third baseman, Adam Alvarez. And right now, 2 away and a runner on third base. And that is Elijah King in scoring position, but Lucas Lujan not able to do anything to bring him in. But Adam Alvarez is at the plate right now for the Santa Fe Demons. Another pitch on the outside corner, fastball. And that's a called strike. So that makes it 0-1. So Donnie, I mean, he's throwing a lot of strikes here in this ball game. It's just the pass balls have been a problem. That one is low and inside, so it's a 1-1. So standing down on third base, Elijah King, he is the right fielder. He'd like to start off the scoring here this afternoon. And there's a curveball, and just curved over the right, just over the right edge of the plate. So that makes it now 1-2. So Donnie, he's been ahead of the batters the entire inning, but this swing and miss, and that's it. So they leave one on base. So Adam Alvarez goes down swinging. So that makes it. So that brings it. So they go 4 up and 3 down. And so with after one, so they end up. Let's see. So they end up with 1 run and no runs, 1 hit, and 1 batter left on base. So set up the defense now for Santa Fe. I started to do that. Nick Sandoval is on the plate on the mound, and Gabe Loma Estewa is the catcher. Ivan Ortega is at first. Luis Bustos at second. Lucas Lujan and as short. Adam Alvarez is in at third base. Ucarmillo is in center field. Elijah King is in right field, and the left fielder, let's see, where's the left fielder? Wait a minute. No, they don't. Oh, okay. They didn't give me I couldn't figure why I don't have a left fielder. They did not give me the name of the flex player, so I'm not sure who's left. I'll try to figure that out. Because they have a designated hitter, and so I've got to figure out who he's hitting for. But let's see if I can pick up a number out there. And now they've decided to get into a huddle. Thank you very much. Well, anyway, let's see what the Hilltoppers are going to come up with. So they will start things off with Ty Swavely. He is in left field, and he'll be called by Carson Dixon. He's a designated hitter, and Taylor Drake is the shortstop. and Grant Watkins is at third base. So the first batter is Ty Swavely. And first pitch, he fouls it off down the right field line. He'll be followed by Carson Dixon and Taylor Drake. So we start things off with a foul ball and stepping away from the plate now. Ty steps way away from the plate. Yeah, trying to fight the wind up here. So now we're ready for pitch number 2. He pulled a string on that one big time. I mean, an off-speed pitch, and boy, that was a good one, and right down the middle, and Ty tried to take a swing at it, but he got fooled completely, so that's now, the count now is 2 strikes, so both catchers this. So the next one is a wild pitch, way inside and high, and a good job by Loma Estewa to pull that one in. I thought that was going to slam against the backstop. But so Swavely, 1-2 is the count. Make it 2-2. Carson Dixon is on deck. He's a designated hitter, so they're going to bring up the big guns right away. Looks like Carson, outstanding football player. This one he fouls back, so the count remains. So the count now remains at 2-2. It's a beautiful afternoon, about 50 degrees, and when the wind doesn't blow, it's very nice. The wind is very cold. It's a very cool breeze, but just a light breeze. Just comes up now and then. Here it comes. Just as I was talking about it, here we get it. There's another wild pitch, way over the catcher's head and this one also outside or inside actually. So this one inside. So 2 wild pitches, high inside. Loma Estewa was able to get the first one, not this one. So the count is full. 3-2 to the left fielder. Swavely fouls it off. So fouls it off, and ball falls right behind me. So 3-2 still to count here, and no run, still a 0-0 ball game. Santa Fe put a runner on third and did not bring him in. And this time on the 3-2 pitch, and Ty is hit by the pitcher. So that'll bring up Carson Dixon. Carson, the designated hitter for Los Alamos. Outstanding football player. And he's the designated hitter for Los Alamos with a runner on first. And this one's going to be low. It'll be ball 1 to Carson. He'll be followed by the shortstop, Taylor Drake. And then Grant Watkins. Throw to first. In time. Not in time, actually. So right now, Ty, he's going. And it's got a hit and run. And so he swings and misses, but Ty is able to dive into second base to throw to second. Was a little off to the right, but Ty is able to, after getting hit by the pitch, he's able to steal second. So with nobody out and runner in scoring position, and Carson Dixon 1-1 is the count to Carson. So Swavely on second base, and Nick Sandoval looking him over quite a bit. So a swing and miss by Carson, so that makes it 1-2 to Carson. Both pitchers now have been way ahead on strikes with most of the batters, but throw to second, diving back to the plate, to the base. So here we go. Carson Dixon stepping in once again with a count of 1-2. Nobody out. Runner on second in scoring position for Los Alamos. And Carson down to the shortstop. They're going to make the throw to first, and they do. And nice play at first, but then nobody was at third base as they threw the ball over to third, and it got away from the third baseman. At the time, Adam Alvarez, and suddenly the base was open. And then everybody started running the base. The shortstop, the pitcher, everybody took off. Ty, he just stayed there, right there on second base. But Carson Dixon grounds out to the shortstop. And so that's one away. That'll bring up Taylor Drake. He's the shortstop for Los Alamos. And so first pitch and he fouls that one right back at me. So Taylor, strike one to Taylor, and still second base, Ty Waverly, one away here in this bottom of the first inning. And well, he looks at second, and acts like he's going to throw to second, doesn't throw to second. So Ty back again, now off the base once again. Taylor Drake. Boy, it's a little curveball. It looked pretty good, but called a ball, so it's 1-1. Grant Watkins, the third baseman, is up next. He'll be followed by Charles Steinkamp if they get that far. And the inside pitch comes now to Taylor Drake. Taylor, he's finally got a batter ahead on the count. I think he's the first batter in this whole ball game that's been ahead on the count at all. Is Taylor Drake. Right now is at 2-1. 2-1 for Taylor, and he swings at this one, and so that'll make it up 2-2. Swing and miss, and so it's a 2-2. 2-2 is the count. Runner still on second, one away. No score in this ball game. We're in the bottom of the first inning, and so Taylor, nice hit out into center field. He grounds it out there on a hard grounder down to second field. That's going to move Ty Swaley over to third. So a nice hit that time by Taylor Drake. So he goes to first on the single out into center field, and then Grant Watkins, the third baseman, will come to the plate for Los Alamos. He now has Hilltoppers now with runners on first and third, one away, and Grant Watkins at the plate. He'll be followed by Charles Steinkamp, and then Jack Moody, left-handed batter. Grant Watkins. So Grant, let's see if they're going to send the runner here. And so right now standing over there, Taylor Drake, the shortstop, to see if he's going to go. Nope, he's not going to go this time. And the catcher, Loma Estewa, was all ready to make that throw. So ball one is the count right now to Grant Watkins. And Grant with runners on first and third, one away. This one is high and inside. He's been having a little trouble with that high inside pitch. That's the ball two now to Grant. So the one thing so they're gonna, well, I think we have a balk because they're sending their runners. So all the runners move, and so coming into score. And that is Ty Swavely, and going down to second is Taylor Drake. And ball 2 is the count. The pitch is a little outside to a left-handed batter. He takes a swing and can't get a hold of it, so that makes it now 2-1. And Hilltoppers with a runner on second and 1 run in for Los Alamos, as we had a balk called on the pitcher, and so Ty Swavely came on home from third. He had moved to third on that base hit, and there's a hard hit ball, and that one's going to head out into deep center field. And boy, everybody's going, and here comes a throw into the plate, and so and comes against the score and nice with it. And so Grant Watkins starts things off out into a beautiful hit out into center field, and he picks up a double, and then he brings home from second base easily Taylor Drake. So Charles Steinkamp, the center fielder, now up for Los Alamos. 2-0, the score right now. Swing and miss by Charles. And a runner on second base. A beautiful double by Grant Watkins. Charles Steinkamp up. There's still only one away here in this in bottom of the first inning. Hilltoppers up 2-0. So they push across a couple of runs. As Santa Fe had the chance to get somebody in. They had a runner on third with only one away and not able to do anything with it, as the Hilltoppers retired the next 2 batters. So right now, it's a 2-0 ball game, and they count to Charles Steinkamp as he throws a ball, and it makes it 1-1. So Steinkamp will step back in, and he is the number 5 batter in the lineup. So the Hilltoppers, so it goes with the bunt throw down to second. That gets away from the second baseman out into center field. And then a beautiful dive into third by Grant Watkins. Didn't really need to do that, but that'll make the highlight reel. As the throw, they threw it down to second and overthrew, went out into center field. And so Grant Watkins had an easy time to get into third, but he wasn't taking any chances. Boy, inside pitch, wow, barely getting away from it that time is Charles Steinkamp. And so a full count. 3-2, 1 away, runner on third, 2 runs in. Makes it a 2-0 ball game right now. This one is going to be outside, and that's going to be ball 4. So Steinkamp draws the walk. He goes down to first base. And so we now have runners on first and third. Then we're going to have So we have runners on first and third, and Jack Moody will come to the plate for Los Alamos. He is the right fielder. Not right fielder. He's first base. So with right now with Grant Watkins over on third base, 1 away, Charles Steinkamp is at first base, and Jack Moody, the first baseman for Los Alamos, comes to the plate. So takes a late cut at it, and they had a hit and run going. Jack Moody, Charles Steinkamp took off right away, but he actually fouls it back into the catcher's glove. So that's back to the first base goes Charles Steinkamp, and standing over on third is Grant Watkins. Let's see if they're going to send him again. So Charles, I don't know, is he going to, he's not going to go this time. And Loma Estewa, the catcher, I mean, he looked like he was going to make that throw or whatever. But anyway, Steinkamp still over at first, playing off a little bit, heads off once again, doesn't attempt to steal. There's a called strike, and the count now is 1-2. to Jack Moody. There's only one away in this first inning. The Hilltoppers have put 2 runs across. They have 2 runners on base, and Jack Moody is at the plate for Los Alamos. He'll be followed by Diego Rodriguez, the second baseman. And so there goes Charles, and there's no throw. And so striking out in the meantime is Jack Moody. And so that makes it 2 away. And Diego Rodriguez, second baseman, comes to the plate for Los Alamos. And he is the number 7 batter in the lineup. Nice single here by Diego would probably score 2 runs. 2 runs in scoring position right now. And pitch comes in, it's high, and that's the second pitch, and it's both called balls, so it's 2-0 is the count. 2 outs, 2-0 ball game, 2 runners on base. And we're in the bottom of the first inning. So Nick Sandoval on the plate, called strike. And that makes it 2-1. Esteban Trujillo, the catcher, would be up next for Los Alamos, and then followed by Maddox Martinez if they get that far. 2-1. He fouls this one off, so that's going to make it that makes it 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 runners on, 2-0 ball game. So Diego Rodriguez ready. Looking to drive some runs in. This one is going to be low and outside. So right now, 3-2, 2 outs, and and there's a hard ground ball down to the shortstop. There's a little trouble getting a hold of it, but he was able to scoop it up. So heads down, goes down to the shortstop, Lucas Lujan. Had a little trouble picking it up, but he gets it over to first base to Ivan Ortega. And so that retires the side. So Diego Rodriguez grounds out to the shortstop. That brings the inning to a close with the Hilltoppers pick up 2 runs in that inning, and they now lead at this point 2-0. So let's see, they had, looks like 1, 2, they had 2 hits and no run. They had 2 runs on 2 hits, and they left 2 runners on base. So that'll bring the first inning to a close. Hilltoppers up 2-0 here in this rivalry game between Los Alamos and Santa Fe. So that's going to move us now around to the top of the second inning. And let's see who's ready and waiting in the top of the second inning to step up for Santa Fe. And that's going to be Jake Mirabal. He is the designated hitter. And Nick Sandoval, the pitcher, will follow him. And then Ivan Ortega, the first baseman. That's the first 3 batters for Santa Fe, and that is the number 5, 6, and 7 batter for Santa Fe. And still in the Mount Los Alamos, of course, is Donnie Valerio. Esteban Trujillo is behind the plate, left-handed batter. Comes to the plate. That is Jake Mirabal. He is the designated hitter. Husky guy. Takes a hard swing, and so he takes a hard swing and makes it now strike 1. Next one going to be kind of a low one in the dirt, actually. So makes a 1-1 count. So Santa Fe put a runner on and moved all the way around to third base to start things off. That was Elijah King, the right fielder, as Luke Armillo started things off with the last inning with a fly out to center. But right now, Jake Mirabal So he's facing a 2-2 count at the moment. And he'll be followed by the pitcher, Nick Sandoval. Boy, there's a hard hit ball out into center field. And boy, the designated hitter for some. I mean, boy, he put the bat on that thing way out into, just shaded a little toward right field, but it was essentially center field all the way. Hilltoppers couldn't do anything, and easily for the designated hitter, Jake Mirabal, he sets on down to second base. So he's on second with nobody away. Here comes Nick Sandoval, the pitcher for Santa Fe. So runner on second, nobody out. Top of the second inning, Hilltoppers leading 2-0. And nice pitch this time by Donnie Valerio. Swings and misses. That makes it strike one. Ivan Ortega, the third baseman, will follow. Swing and miss again. So the count right now is 0-2. Donnie been isn't all through that first inning, and now starting off this second inning, Donnie's been throwing a lot of strikes. He's been way ahead of the batters. And this one's going to be, and this one is way outside, hits the dirt, but a good job that time by Esteban Trujillo to keep it from getting away and holding the runner at second. So Nick Sandoval, the pitcher, on the mound, at the plate. He was on the mound. Steps away. 1-2 is the count right now to the pitcher. And the designated hitter, Jake Mirabal, boy, he whacked that one. Left-handed hitter, and boy, it's a beautiful pitch right on the outside corner called strike. So this pitcher is called out on strike. That's going to bring up first baseman Ivan Ortega. Ivan is a big husky kid. So he gets a hold of that ball. I imagine he could drill it. So first pitch is a ball. So runner on second. Jake Mirabal after a beautiful double out into center field. One away as Nick Sandoval just struck out. This one gets away from the catcher once again, but he just knocks it down in front of him and then just able to scoop it up. But the count right now is 1-1 after that pitch called a ball. So Ivan Ortega, first baseman on deck is Luis Bustos. He's the second baseman. Swings and misses. So that's going to make it 1-2. So Donnie ahead once again. So he's done a good job to stay ahead of the batters, but this one's going to be a wild pitch, and that's going to get away. And so Mirabal thinks about coming home and then decides, no, I don't think I'll do that. But that one got away from Esteban Trujillo, and he didn't have a chance for that one. It was just a kind of a hard pitch that just kind of went to the outside and just zinged by and then slammed into the backstop. But that moves Mirabal down to second base. So pitchers are moving the batters with these pass balls. And Mirabal with one away. And this is a called strike. Well, let's see. I'm not sure if they know. So Ivan Ortega starts ahead of the dugout and then turns around and comes back and then stops and then at the plate and then turns around and goes back to the dugout. So he's called out on strikes. And Luis Bustos, the second baseman, is up. He is the number 9 batter. And so we're at the bottom of the order. Runner on second, swinging. Miss. Valerio ahead of the batter. 0-2. Ahead of the batter of Luis Bustos. One away. Runner on third base, a designated hitter who started off with a nice double and then it went down to third base on a pass ball. So Nick Sandoval then was called out on strikes. Ivan Ortega called out on strikes, and this boy took a lot off of that one, but it's fouled back by Ivan. And if Ivan is able to get on base, we'll move around to the top of the order to Luke Armillo, the center fielder. This pitch now is going to be towards the outside and low again, and Esteban Trujillo getting a workout behind that plate right now for Los Alamos. 2-2 is the count. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And once again, 2-0. Los Alamos up. 1 runner. And so he goes down swinging, Luis Bustos. And so the first batter gets on. A nice double, and then we end up with 3 straight strikeouts, and that ends the inning, or ends at the top of the second. So we'll start things off when they come up on the top of the third, and they'll start things off at the top of the order. But right now that makes it's a 2-0 ball game, and still a 2-0 ball game. And they came up with, 1 hit, no runs, 1 hit, 1 left on. So that will move us now. Come on. My papers are blowing all over the place. Well, here comes the breeze. It comes up and we have no breeze whatsoever. It's just dead calm. And then all of a sudden we'll get a little breeze, but it's not bad. It's a beautiful afternoon right now. It's in the 50s, and it was a little chilly. The breeze was a little chilly when we first got here, but it's pretty pleasant now here at the Bomber Field. So looking at Los Alamos, who's coming up here in the bottom of the second inning, we're going to look at Esteban Trujillo, the catcher. He'll be followed by Maddox Martinez, the right fielder, and then we'll come around to the top of the order and to Ty Swavely. Let's see. I need to check something. Let me look. Where are we? Hold on. Okay. Okay, I'm good. No problems here. Let's see okay, are we ready to go? Yeah. Here comes to the plate Esteban Trujillo, the catcher for Los Alamos. Hilltoppers leading 2-0 in this ball game. We're right now in the bottom of the second inning. We'll start things off with the number 9-8 batter. That's Esteban Trujillo, the catcher. And the first pitch to him is called a ball. Nick Sandoval on plate, ball 2. That one just well, actually, let's see. Well, I guess while I was checking on whatever I was checking on, they put up ball 3. I thought maybe I missed one when I was off in oblivion. Okay, there's ball 3. So 3-0. Okay, if I was Jason Martinez, he'd have a green light. Here comes a meatball. Going to throw the meatball. Yep, there it is. The best pitch you're going to get all day. But everybody passes it up. Whack that thing. Anyway, 3-1. And then this one, that looked like, I thought that was a strike. I just called a ball. Looked like an awfully good pitch. Anyway, walk. So now that'll bring up the bottom of the order. Maddox Martinez, he is the right fielder for Los Alamos. We're going to have a pinch runner right now come in. Yeah, let's see. I don't. So we have a golden runner over on first base, and he's going to run for Esteban Trujillo. So Esteban, I guess, can put on all his catcher stuff. Anyway, Maddox Martinez is at the plate, and so we let's see. Oh, okay. I got confused of what was going on, but anyway, it was an attempt to steal that time by Esteban Trujillo, and they got him. But the second baseman for the Demon paid the price, and so I mean he was out there holding his hand, hurting his hand, but they do pick him off. So it goes from 4 to Joseph. So the catcher, nice throwdown by Loma Estewa. So they retire. Well, he was a golden runner. We had a pinch runner for Esteban Trujillo, and I wasn't able to pick up the number. But anyway, he's thrown out trying to steal second, and so the count right now to Maddox Martinez, 2-2 is the count, and there's one away after the walk to Esteban. Maddox. This one's going to be low and in the dirt, so that's going to make it 2-2 is the count. Maddox Martinez at the plate. He'll be followed by Ty Swavely and then Carson Dixon. So Maddox with a slow roller back to the pitcher, and so he just makes an easy throw over to first. So that'll make it 2 away, and we're up to the top of the order. Ty Swavely for Los Alamos. 2-0 ball game right now. Hilltopper's up. We're in the bottom of the second inning. Ty Swavely, he went to a 3-2 count last time he was up, and then he got hit by the pitch. Swings and misses at the first one, but then Ty was able to finally make. He stole second, and then got over to third base on a pass ball, and then came home on a double by Grant Watkins. Well, actually a single by Taylor Drake actually brought him home. So Ty at the plate for Los Alamos, the top of the order, and there's 2 away. And this is another wild pitch. We're getting a plethora of those things here in this ball game so far. And Ty Swavely, the left fielder at the plate for Los Alamos, has scored the first run in this ball game, and right now he's sitting with a count of 2 balls and 1 strike, and so make it 3-1. So 3-1, 2 away, 2-0 ball game. We're in the bottom of the second inning. Hilltopper is at the plate, of course, and this one is fouled off. Count remains. The count goes now to full. So that's the same. That's exactly what we had in the first inning. Ty going to 3-2 count, and then he got hit. So better be careful. And this is ball 4. So Ty gets on again. First he got hit, and then he takes a walk. And here comes Carson Dixon, who grounded out to the shortstop last time he was up. He's a designated hitter in the number 2 position. So this pitch is low. So the battery for Santa Fe, Nick Sandoval is a pitcher, and then Gabe Estewa is the catcher. And right now the count to Carson Dixon, ball 2. So Nick, left-handed pitcher, by the way. So left-hander on the mound. Los Alamos doesn't have very many left-handed batters. 2 or 3 years ago, they were all left-handed, it seemed. This pitch is going to be outside. Here we go. 3-0. Carson Dixon, designated hitter. Let him swing. Give him the green light. This is it. He's going to get a meatball. And there it is. He could have put that one over the fence. I don't know why they don't take my advice. 3-1 is the count now to Carson. And ball 4. So after the first 2 batters are retired, the next 2 batters draw a walk. And so Taylor Drake comes to the plate. A beautiful single out into center field. Last time he was up, and he came around to score. And this one's going to get away from the. Okay, he's hit by the pitch. My God, I didn't see that. The ball got away from the catcher, and then everybody just kind of stood around, and then all of a sudden I saw the runners moving, and then finally they go ahead and send Taylor Drake down to first base, so he gets hit by the pitch. It must have hit him on the foot because he just didn't take off running right away, and actually had to be told by the umpire to head down to first base. Bases loaded, 2 away, bottom of the 2nd inning, and left-handed hitter, and this one is out into center field, and that's going to be pulled in out in center field by Luke Armio. So with the bases loaded after 2 outs, they load the bases, and then Grant Watkin comes to the plate, and then he flies out to center. So, well, they had a good opportunity there. Grant, the last time he was up, it hit a double. But so count remains at 2-0. And let's see, they came up with no runs on no hits, and they left three on base. Wow. Whoa. So 2-0 after 2 innings of play here at Bomber Field in Los Alamos on a beautiful afternoon for high school baseball. This is Gene Mortensen, my good buddy, and Mike Mays couldn't make it here this afternoon, so I'm all by myself here. Okay, so we're at the top of the order for Santa Fe. And that'll be Luke Armio and Elijah King and Lucas Lujan. And they are going to be the first 3 batters for Santa Fe. And we'll see. So here comes coming up to start things off. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I'm sorry. God. The leadoff batter is going to be the catcher, Gabe Loma-Ostewa. So I couldn't figure out what was going on, but anyway, yeah, okay. Made a mistake on my scorebook, but anyway. So down to first base, and trying to pick it up for Los Alamos that time is Jack Moody, bobbles it, and coming over to cover was Donnie Valerio, but they don't pick it, they don't get over there in time. So Gabe starts things off with a kind of an infield single. Now we'll move around the top of the order, and we'll come up with Luke Armio. So, okay. Here I am. Have to do it all here. by myself. Got to keep track of everything. My golly Moses. Luke Armeo's at the plate, and the first pitch is a strike. Donnie Valerio. I can't believe how many strikes he's thrown. Boy, throw to first, and that almost got him. So the Valerio with his zinger over to first base over to Jack Moody, and they almost got Loma Estela. This pitch is going to be high. There's a steal down towards second. The throw is a little late. Takes a bouncer, and then it gets away from the second baseman who was covering for Los Alamos. That was Diego Rodriguez, but it hit his glove, and then it bounced out of his glove. But I mean, diving to second base already was Loma Esteva, so he had already affected the steal at that point. And so Loma Esteva right now is on second base. And Luke Armeo is at the plate with a count of 1-2. And as I say, Donnie Valerio looked at an awful lot of something in 2 counts. So the ball pitch comes into Esteban Trujillo, and gets away from him momentarily. And as the batter took a swing and miss actually, and so it was a swing and miss, but it fouled it right into the catcher's glove. Esteban couldn't hold on, so that means it's still everything's still alive at that point. So Loma Esteva goes down to third, and then Esteban he went over and tagged the batter Luke Armeo, because normally Luke could have run down to first base, but so he goes down swinging, and Elijah King is at the plate. Elijah is the right fielder. He had a nice single out into right center the first time he was up, and then he got it around to third on 2 pass balls. Got around to third, and then he ended up stranded on third. Beautiful pitch right on the outside corner. So 3 pitches that time from Donnie Valerio. So, I mean, the number of strikes he's thrown is piling up, but he had a 3-0. He was up at a 2-0 count, and he just drove in another beautiful pitch, make it. And so down it goes. So there's 2 away right now, as Luke Armeo struck out, Elijah King struck out. And so my count right now is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 strikeouts here in for Donnie Valerio. And at the plate right now is Lucas Lujan, and Lujan is a shortstop. Called out on strikes the last time, and he's way behind again this time. As Donnie up 0-2. Up again is Donnie. Donnie Valerio did a good job out there on the mound. So here comes the 0-2 pitch. And this one is going to be a line drive right down to third base. Grant Watkins is standing right there, just scoops it down and puts his glove right down to the top of the bag, actually. That thing it got by it. It headed out into left field, but Grant was right there. The line drive very, very low. And he just put that glove down he was almost touching the top of the bag, and he pulls it up. So beautiful catch that time by Grant Watkins. So it actually so anyway, so they end up with no runs on 1 hit, and they strangle him to stay on third base. Actually, as it turns out, that was the third out to Grant Watkins, so that'll bring. That's the ends the top of the third inning, and right now it's still a 2-0 ball game. Hilltopper's up. So let's see if I can make my way around here to the bottom of the third inning for the Hilltoppers. So looks like we're going to start things off with Charles Steinkamp, I do believe. So Charles at the plate. He walked the last time he was up. Attempts a bunt. This goes foul. So he got down to first base, and that's as far as he. Let's see. That's as far as he got in the first inning. Here in the bottom of the third. So Steinkamp at the plate for Los Alamos. The count is 1-1. This pitch is going to be outside. They're going to make it 2-1. And let's see, Steinkamp will be followed by Jack Moody, the first baseman, and then Diego Rodriguez, the second baseman. Still a 2-0 ball game. Hilltopper scoring those 2 runs in the first inning, and the bottom of the first inning. So there's been no score ever since. But both teams have put runners in scoring position, but have not been able to bring them home. 3-1 now is the count. There's a ground ball down to third. Nice throw over to first. So it's scooped up there by Adam Alvarez and then over to Ivan Ortega and for the out. So Charles Steinkamp starts things off with grounding out to third base. So, and then here comes Jack Moody. And he went down swinging last time he was up. He's the first baseman for Los Alamos. And the first pitch to him is a ball. So Jack, as he went down swinging, he'll be followed by Diego Rodriguez. And there is a foul down the right base, the left field line. That makes it 1-1. We're in the bottom of the third inning. Hilltoppers leading 2-0 here over the Santa Fe Demons. This pitch is going to be high and outside. It's to a right-handed batter from a left-handed pitcher. And Jack Moody at the plate. Diego Rodriguez will follow him. Esteban Trujillo will follow him. Swing and miss. So we're looking right now at a 2-2 count. So he tried to pick up the first strike as he tried to attempted bunt. So now swings and misses. Boy, Jack Moody goes down swinging again. So went down swinging in the first, goes down swinging here in the third. There's 2 away. And now here comes Diego Rodriguez, the second baseman for Los Alamos. And he will be at the plate as he is the number 7 batter in the order. But right now, Santa Fe way ahead here in this inning. 2 outs already. Nobody on. They retired the first 2 batters. And then Diego Rodriguez is at the plate. Grounded out to short. First time he was up. Well, that pitch looked mighty good, but yeah, umpire doesn't agree with that. The curveball, and he took something off of it. This one's going to be low, and so here we go. Ball 3 again. Home run ball coming from the pitcher right now. That'll be coming from Nick Sandoval. Whoop. Yeah, I think Diego was going to really take a swing away on that meatball, but it ended up going in the dirt. So Diego walks. So he's down to first. and Esteban Trujillo, who walked the first time he was up. And then they had a golden runner come in for him who was picked off at trying to steal second base. And so stepping in, the catcher, Esteban Trujillo. He'll be followed by Maddox Martinez. There's 2 away there in this ball game. It's in the bottom of the third inning. Boy, beautiful pitch by Sandoval. That's a called strike. Boy, that was a nice one. That's the kind of pitch a batter wants. This one is going to get away from the catcher again. And so Diego Rodriguez takes off for second on the pass ball. So Esteban looking at a count of 1-1, but he has a runner in scoring position now on that pass ball as Diego Rodriguez goes down to second. Had a lot of pass balls in this ball game, and this is going to be a foul ball down to right down the line on left field, and the third baseman almost made a play on it, but I mean it was just barely foul. I mean third baseman went over and just knocked it, grabbed it, was able to get the glove on it, but the umpire hollers up, nope, that's a foul ball. Here's a high fly ball down into third base, a little pop up, and so Esteban flies out to the third baseman. So the third baseman has ended, yes, on both sides now has ended both halves of this inning as Hilltoppers, as Santa Fe flew out to Grant Watkins to stop the top of the third inning. So that'll do it for the third inning. And the Hilltoppers still up 2-0. And at that time, let's see, once again, no runs on no hits, and stranded 1. So Hilltoppers right now are looking at, they have 2 hits in the ball game, and they scored 2 runs. And they've stranded right now 6 batters. So we swing around out of the top of the 4th inning. And let me see what's going on here. Okay, we are ready. All right, it's going to be Adam Alvarez, followed by Jake Mirabal, and then Nick Sandoval, the pitcher. So the first batter will be Adam Alvarez. So Adam, let's see, he went down swinging in the first inning and ended the inning in the first inning, ended the top of the first inning. So he will come to the plate. And then he'll be followed by Jake Mirabal and Nick Sandoval, the pitcher. So that's the first 3 up, and then Ivan Ortega, the catcher, if they get that far. But right now, Adam Alvarez at the plate for Santa Fe takes a swing. Swing and miss on that one. It's on a beautiful pitch by Donnie Valerio. So Donnie been doing a good job. This one just a little outside. I thought it might have caught the corner on the right side, but it did not. But we'll see what this is swung off, fouled. So a hit on the count again, 1-2. Donnie Valero's done a great job on the mound with he's had a number of strikeouts, and he's been ahead of almost every batter that he's faced. And then he ends up with this one almost way outside, almost got away from Esteban. So he's been a little inconsistent in that regard. This pitch is inside. So right now we're full count. And so let's see if Ian Ferris is he lets him swing, and it goes foul. So Well, actually it was 3-1. I thought it was 3-0. I got screened out from the scoreboard, but anyway. So now it's 3-2, full count. Full count to the leadoff batter here in the top of the fourth inning. And this is a high foul ball over toward first base dugout, and that's out of play. So Adam Alvarez still alive on the plate with count of 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And Santa Fe trailing in this ball game 2-0 to Los Alamos, who scored in the bottom of the first inning, and that's the only scoring we've had so far in this contest. And this one is so this is a 3-2 pitch, and he draws the walk. So Adam Alvarez walks after Donnie was kind of ahead of him, but he Adam kind of caught up. Now we're going to go with Nick Sandoval. He's the pitcher. Oh, let me see. Wait a minute, I'm off. We're not down to Nick net yet. It's the designated hitter. Whoa, I didn't think that was a pitcher. Jake Mirabal, and he had a nice double last time he was up. Throw to first. Diving back is Adam Alvarez. So Mirabal right now is sitting at the count of 1 strike. Boy, I mean, he really pasted it the last time he was up. Hard swing. It's going to be a pop fly foul, and that's going to be out of play. So that's going to make it 0-2. You know, Donnie's looking at a lot of 0-2s or 1-2s. But anyway, left-handed batter. Jake Mirabal, the designated hitter, had a double and then was stranded on third base. And this one is going to be low and in the dirt. That'll make it 1-2. He was stranded on third base, and that anyway, throw to first, and I think they got him. And it looked like they got him. I didn't see the umpire signal, but the throw to first, trying to catch Adam Alvarez, and so they pick him off, and I didn't know what was going to. Everybody, it certainly looked like they got him, but the runner, he just, of course, he dove back to first. He just kind of stayed there. Then he kind of stood up. It took him a while to walk off the field, so I wasn't sure if they got him or not. So, and once again, there's a hard fly out down to second, throw to first in time. So once again, Jake Mirabal gets a good whack on the back, but this time it goes right down to second base, and it's scooped up there by Diego Rodriguez over to Jack Moody. And so that makes it 2 away. So they get a runner on base with a walk, and then Donnie Valerio picks him off. So it's right now it's 2 outs and nobody on. So the first 2 batters are retired, even though the first batter did get on base. And Nick Sandoval, the pitcher for Los Alamos, is at the plate. Last time he was up, he was called out on strikes. And right now he's way behind again. 0-2 is the pitch. And he checks his swing. And then the catcher appeals to first base umpire, and first base umpire says, nope, he didn't. So it's now 1-2. And this one is a high pop fly out towards second base, and the shortstop moves over behind it, and that is Taylor Drake, moves over right behind second base and pulls it in. So Nick Sandoval now flies out to the shortstop, and that'll bring me in. So it's 3 up, 3 down in this one, even though they did get a runner on first. But right now it's so 3 up, 3 down. So still a 2-0 ball game. Los Alamos up, and so they got no runs on no hits and left nobody on base. So actually, it was 3 up, 3 down. Even though they put a runner on first base, but it still ended up 3 up, 3 down as Donnie Vallejo picked off Adam Alvarez on first base. So beautiful play, and there wasn't any question about the fact that he got him. So anyway, so that will that ends the top of the 4th inning, and so it's still a 2-0 ball game. Hilltopper's up after scoring 2 runs in the bottom of the 1st inning. And that's been it. That's been totally it as far as runs. But we've had runners on base. We've had runners in scoring position, but nobody. But so let me see. Unless I'm mistaken, we're going to be at the bottom of the order, I do believe. Let me see, make sure that's right. I am correct, sir. So Maddox Martinez will come up at the bottom of the 4th inning. And he is the right fielder for Los Alamos, and he grounded out. Well, actually grounded out to the pitcher last time he was up. A little slow roller out to Nick Sandoval. So an easy play for Santa Fe. So Maddox, the first batter up for Los Alamos, and I need a swig of Pepsi here. I don't have my buddy Mike Mays here to help fill in some of the talking. So swing and miss by Maddox, as he already had 2 strikes on it. It was an 0-2 pitch, and so Maddox takes a swing and he misses. So now we'll move around to the top of the order, and Ty Swavely at the plate for Los Alamos. The Ty's made on base both times he's been up. He was up in the 1st inning and in the 2nd inning, and he got hit by a pitch in the 1st inning, and then he went to 3-2, got hit by the pitch, and then he went to 3-2 the last time he was up, and he ended up walking. And so right now he's 1-1 at the plate. He'll be followed by Carson Dixon. This pitch is high and outside. That's going to make it 2-1. He is the number 2 batter here in the inning, but he is the batter. His position, he's the number 1 batter. He's the top of the order for Los Alamos, and there's a ground ball down to shortstop. Throw to first is wide. Gets away from the first baseman, and it's going to go all the way back against the fence, slam against the fence. So they're going to one of those situations where there's no possible play, so they go ahead and they send Ty down to second base. So he takes it. So we have an error. The Ty ground ball down to the shortstop. The throw was not good and was wide, and came into the infield part in front of the bag, actually. So runner on second now. We have 1 away, and Carson Dixon is up with 1 hopper to third base. Throw to first is in time, and the runner holds at second. So Carson Dixon grounds out to third base. So little 1 hopper down there to Adam Alvarez, and he makes a beautiful throw over to Ivan Ortega for the out. And so now there's 2 away, and the runner still on second base, and we bring up Taylor Drake, the shortstop, and he's been on base both times that he's been up. He had a nice single out into center field when he was up in the first inning, and then he came around again. He was able to bat again in the second inning, and this time he was hit by the pitch, and then he ended up stranded on first base. So we had a hit and run going that time. So he took a beautiful swing at it and a foul ball right down the line on left field. So he'd been able to keep that one in. We would have had another run. Los Alamos would have had another run scoring in, but right now it's 1-1 We have 2 outs. We're in the bottom of the 4th inning. Hilltopper is leading 2-0 in this contest. Runner on second, and there's a fly ball out into. Okay, that's going to go out into right field. That's going to drop in. So that drops in on a nice little single out into right field by Taylor Drake. And that'll bring up now Grant Watkins. And Grant is let me see. Yeah, let's see. Well, let me see. I'm not sure. I'm lost. Well, we'll stick it out here and see what happens. So there's a fly ball. There's fly ball out into center field. That one's gonna drop in. So Ty Swavey came in to score, and now Taylor Drake, and then he moves on down to second base. Grant Watkins with the single. This should be Charles Steinkamp. Okay, I'm good. I had a wrong number for Grant, I guess. So, anyway, Charles Steinkamp at the plate. The Hilltoppers have runners on first and second. It's a 3-0 ball game, and there's a drive out into right field. Everybody takes off, and so a nice hit that time by Steinkamp out into right field. And so the runners advance one, and coming in to score this time right now is Taylor Drake. Drake comes in to make it 4-0, and then Charles and Grant Watkins, he moves on he moves all the way over to third base, and then Charles Steinkamp is at first with a beautiful, nice little single out into right field. So the Hilltoppers now pouring it on here as they come up with it. They now lead 4-0, but they have runners on first and third, and there's we have 2 outs. So 2 outs, and Jack Moody is at the plate. He's the first baseman, so he can do some damage. Hilltoppers lead 4-0, swing and miss. And well, let me see. Wait, that was Grant Watkins. This is Charles Steinkamp. So the runner's going to go. And so he's easy run down to second base, And the count right now is 3-1. And that's Jack Moody on the mound. He fouls it off. So that's the count. The count now goes to full. So we have 3-2. There are 2 outs, and we have runners on second and third. And Jack Moody at the plate for Los Alamos. And this one is going to be a pop foul. And is it going to be in play? No, just out of play. Trying to get over there and almost got over there was Adam Alvarez, but could not get past as it just actually goes into the dugout area, the far dugout area down at the end of that area. Drops in. So there's a nice little fence there that he couldn't go unless he wanted to jump over it. Anyway, count is still full at 3-2. Runners on second and third. 2 outs. And this one is a ground ball fair, and that is into left field. And that's going to score both runs. And second base, diving into second base with a beautiful double this time, is Jack Moody. Wow. So right down into left field, Jack Moody, boy, he just plants it out there, brings in two runs. And so count. So right now it's let's see. Looks like let's see what we got here. Let me check something. Okay. 6-0 ball game right now. Hilltoppers up, and at the plate for Los Alamos. Let's see. We have Diego Rodriguez at the plate. Jack Moody down on second base. So Diego Rodriguez, the second baseman for Los Alamos, at the plate. Right now, he has a count of 2-1. And the runner on second base is Jack Moody. This pitch is going to be inside. Got a couple of left-handed batters, but that's been it. It's 3 or 4 years ago, like I said before, that seemed like more than half the batters for Los Alamos were left-handers. But I think Grant Watkins is the only one for grand batting left for the Hilltoppers. And this one is going to be, I think he got hit by the pitch again. Wow. So Diego Rodriguez gets hit by the pitch, and he's going to go down to first. So we have 2 away here. Hilltopper started off with Maddox Martinez going down swinging, and then Carson Dixon grounded out to third. But everybody else, we have Jack Moody with a beautiful double. He's right now on second, and Diego Rodriguez goes down to first. So we have 2 runners on, 2 outs, and the Hilltoppers lead right now 6-0 in this ball game. Wow. Picking up 4 runs here in the bottom of the 4th inning. This one is fouled off into the bleachers. I always like it when it's fouled off in the bleachers. Everybody panics. I don't blame them. Every once in a while, they hit one right over my head. I think if that thing went straight up and straight down, I'd be in big trouble. So, pitches outside, 2-1. We have 2 outs, 2 runners on. And the Hilltoppers leading 6-0 in this contest over Santa Fe. There's a ground ball down to the shortstop, picked up, and easy play over to second. So the ground out down to Lucas Lujan, and then he just flips it over to Luis Bustos. Easy play that time for Santa Fe. So Esteban Trujillo, who was up, and he was the 9th batter. So they had batted around, and then Esteban, he grounds out to the shortstop. The shortstop just gets it over to second base. Let's see, gets over to second base, and that retires Diego Rodriguez coming down from second. And so that'll bring, let's see, so big inning this time now for Los Alamos in the 4th inning as they bat around, and then they come up with 4 runs. It was a 2-0 ball game coming into this inning. So right now it's a 6-0 ball game as the Hilltoppers batted around, and scoring was Ty Swagley, Taylor Drake, Grant Watkins and Charles Steinkamp. And the Hilltoppers came up, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. They had 4 hits by my count, and they had 4 runs. And they essentially stranded 2. So the Hilltoppers batted around. So once again, the Maddox Martinez will lead off in the bottom of the 5th inning. But we're over at the top of the 5th inning, and the first baseman, Ivan Ortega, is at the plate for Santa Fe, for the Demons. And let's see, Ivan called out on strikes in the 2nd inning, and right now he's looking at a count of 1-1 as the Hilltoppers lead in this ball game right now 6-0. We're at the top of the 5th inning, and Santa Fe has not been able to score, but they put runners in scoring position, but have not been able to bring them in. 2-1 is the count right now to Ivan Ortega, and swings and misses. So this is going to make it 2-2. And the last time he was up, he just decided to admire the pitch, and so goes down again. So this time it goes down swinging. So Ivan Ortega starts things off with a swinging strikeout, and then Luis Bustos, who was also went down swinging the last time he was up in the 2nd inning, and he is a second baseman. He will come to the plate, and Donnie Valerio on the mound for Los Alamos doing an excellent job out there. Doesn't bat. We have a designated hitter for him, and or designated player, whatever they call it. Anyway, it's got to keep all the political straight stuff here. Anyway, so Donnie doesn't bat, and batting for him is Carson Dixon, and right now it's a 3-0 count. That's the first time I think I've seen Donnie run to a 3-0 count, and then there he throws a home run ball, and Luis Bustos decides to just to look at it, and swings and misses on this one. That's what happens every time. They get 3, then they take the pitch, make it 3-1, but usually they foul off the next pitch. That's what normally happens, but this time same thing. And now there he goes down swinging. Should have hit that home run ball, I'm telling you. And here comes the catcher, Gabe Loma Estewa. It's Loma Estewa at the plate. 2 outs. We are in the bottom of the top of the 5th inning. And so that first pitch is going to be low. That's going to make it ball 1, I do believe. And they call that a strike. That first pitch is strike. I thought that pitch was definitely a ball. Took it forever to put it up on the scoreboard. And there's a ground ball. That's a base hit down the left field line. Went right over third base, and then bounced into the dirt, and then out into left field. So Gabe Lemasea once again, and so he got a single last time he was up, and gets another single this time. And so Lemasea, it's a nice single. So now we move around now to the top of the order. Luke Armillo, throw to first, and not in time. Luke Armillo is a right fielder. He'll be followed by Elijah King. Luke is a center fielder. He'll be followed by Elijah, who's a right fielder. And so we're at the top of the order. Luke Armillo, nice hit right down toward second base, scooped up by the shortstop, Taylor Drake, over to Jack Moody for the out. So hard ground ball by Luke Armillo, picked up easily by the shortstop for Los Alamos, Taylor Drake. And that makes it, we have 4 up and 3 down as once again they strand Estewa on first base. So it's still 6-0. Let's see what we got here. Well, we got one. We have no runs on one hit and one runner stranded for Santa Fe and for Los Alamos. Let's see. Looking at what's coming up for Los Alamos, the Hilltoppers, last time they were up, they batted around and put 9 batters up to the plate and had 4 runs on 4 hits, stranded 2 runners. They lead now 6-0 in this ball game. We're going into the bottom of the 5th inning, and Maddox Martinez will start things off for Los Alamos. He started things off in the last inning. He was called out on strikes, and then after that, the Hilltopper just poured it on as Ty Swavely, he got on an error on the throw to first, and Carson Dixon grounded out to third base. But then we had Taylor Drake with a single, Grant Watkins with a single, Charles Steinkamp with a single, Jack Moody with a double. I think we have a new pitcher. Let's see. Yes, we do. See if I can find out who that is. Yes, we have a new pitcher. And let's see. Now, hold on a second here while I find out who the new pitcher is. So the new pitcher, Maddox Martinez, the first batter to face the new pitcher, and the new pitcher is let me see. I can't. I'm trying to figure out his number. It looks like 16. Let's see. Okay, here it is. Lincoln State. Sorry about that. Took me a while to find that. The original roster I had no numbers on it, and so digging out the lineup. And so right now the pitcher is Lincoln Stacy. So Lincoln Stacy is on the mound and facing Maddox Martinez. So after 4 innings, Luke Sandoval is retired, and then so Lincoln Stacy right now pitching, and he was not in the original fielding lineup for Santa Fe, and the count right now is 3-2. So Lincoln starts off and walks Maddox Martinez. So here we go. Top of the order. Ty Swavely, left fielder, got on an error as the shortstop. He grounded down the shortstop. The throw to first was wide, so he ended up on base. Came around to score, and he'll be followed by Carson Dixon. And this one, boy, that was inside pitch, and boy, that almost got Ty. He just barely got out of the way. So that's going to make it ball 1. So runner on first for Los Alamos as we were in a 6-0 ball game at this point. Hilltoppers 2 runs in the first inning, 4 runs in the 4th inning. And right now we have a runner on first who was walked, Maddox Martinez, and Ty Swavely ahead on the count of 2-0 to the new pitcher, Lincoln Stacy. That's a called strike. So Lincoln Stacy comes in so Ian Ferris decided that Nick had, he did a good job. Hilltopper scored 2 runs in the bottom of the first, and then Nick was able to kind of hold his own, but that last inning they just opened up on him, and so now Lincoln walks the second batter that he faces. And so Maddox Martinez, runners on first and second. And now we'll bring up the designated hitter, Carson Dixon. Carson, well, he grounded out to the shortstop in the first. He walked in the second and then was stranded on base. And then he grounded out to the shortstop to the third baseman. Next time he was up, and beautiful play by the third baseman, by the way, and that was Adam Alvarez. So the third base people have been pretty busy here in this ballgame. The count right now is there's a one hopper back to the first. They're going to go for a double play. They had a chance for a double play. One hopper back to the pitcher. He threw it to third. We're going to get so they had a one hopper down to the pitcher. He went to third base, and that ended up catching Maddox Martinez coming down. So Maddox was the first out, and then they tried to make the throw down to down to first, and trying for the double play, but it went. Anyway, the throw to first base was not good, and so that got away from everybody. And so during that little melee, Ty Swaley came around to score. And so Taylor Drake and Carson Dixon. Carson Dixon is over on third base right now. As soon as I get caught up. And there's a beautiful single out into left field by Taylor Drake, who's had quite a day at the bat, I must say. He got a single, got hit by a pitch, got a single, scored 2 runs, and now the left-hander for Los Alamos is Grant Watkins. He's the third baseman, and the Hilltoppers have scored 2 more runs, and now Grant is hit by the pitch. The old batter has been quite a target for these pitchers here this afternoon. So he'll go down to first, and and then that will move. Let's see, Taylor Drake down to second. So Taylor goes to second, and let's see, we had Maddox Martinez, and then he was picked off going down to third. So coming into score for Los Alamos this time was Ty Swavely and Taylor Drake. And on base right now we have, Carson Dixon. And right now on base, on second base, we have Taylor Drake. On first base, we have Grant Watkins, and we have Charles Steinkamp back to the plate once again. So Ty Swavely has scored 3 runs for Los Alamos. This one's going to get away from the catcher, and the runners will advance. So on the pass ball, and we put everybody in scoring position. And right now we're still sitting here with 1 out. 1 out in the bottom of the 5th. The Hilltoppers get 2 more runs. This ball game is over. So if they go up by 10 at the end of 5 innings, it is all done. This pitch is going to be outside, and the count is 2-1. So a single could end this ball game in a hurry. As Charles Steinkamp is at the plate, last time he was up, he had a nice single out into right field, and this pitch is inside. So it's 3-1. So right now, Lincoln Stacy has it. He has the danger of loading the bases with 1 away. And Steinkamp, this is a foul ball right down the third baseline. And so that makes the count full. Once again, a full count. 3-2. Steinkamp at the plate. He walked, grounded out to third, and then had a base hit last time he was up. And this is ball 4. Bases loaded. 1 away. We're in the bottom of the fifth inning. Hilltoppers leading 8-0. 2 more runs for the Hilltoppers, and this ball game will end on the mercy rule. And so here come to the plate Jake Moody. Moody has gone down swinging both times he had been up. So time for Jack to come up with he's the first baseman, come up with a nice single out into left field. So Jack, first baseman, he'll be followed by Diego Rodriguez, but there's only one out. One out, bases are loaded. New pitcher, Lincoln Stacy. Swing and miss by Jack. Diego Rodriguez is on deck, and then Esteban Trujillo. Hilltoppers batted around the last time they were up, and so they put 6 batters up so far. Called strike. 2 strikes now on Jack Moody. So last 2 times he's been up, he struck out swinging. Boy, this one inside. I mean, Jack just went straight down, and he just ducked straight down, and well, actually, I think we have I think it's a pinch runner, a pitch hitter. Let me see who's at that plate right now. Okay. Oh, it's Elijah Ortiz. Okay, Elijah Ortiz is a pinch hitter. Elijah just finishing off the basketball season. Outstanding basketball player. And he swings at this one. So this is Elijah. So he goes down swinging. So 2 away. And so that position, that number 5 position, having problems. So his number 6 position, sorry. So now we come up to Diego Rodriguez. He's the 7th batter in the order. 2 runs by Los Alamos ends this ball game. Bases are loaded, 2 outs. And at the plate, let's see if they put in if they have the same batter. If it's Diego Rodriguez still there. So Diego still in the batting order. So this pitch is inside, and so the count goes to 3-0. Whoa. 3-0, bases loaded. He has a chance for a grand slam home run. And so he's going to throw a meatball. And here it comes. There it goes. I mean, he could have put that thing in Milwaukee. But he decides to take it. Now he's going to foul this one off. So he'll foul this one off, and it'll go to 3-2. And there is ball 4. So Diego Rodriguez draws a walk. And so Taylor Drake comes home. 9-0. One more run for Los Alamos. And Esteban Trujillo, the catcher, I do believe is going to be Esteban. Let's see, unless we come up with a pinch hitter. Let's see. I think it looks like Esteban. We do have a pinch runner going in for Charles Steinkamp. So he goes out to second base. So the pinch runner, and then so Esteban Trujillo is still okay. He's gonna stay in. No pitch hitter for Esteban. He is the number 8 batter, and he's the number 8 batter and the number 9 in this inning. So we have ball 1 is the first pitch from Lincoln Stacy as the base is loaded, and 2 outs at this point. This pitch is inside. So Esteban barely gets out of the way, so that makes it 2-0. So Lincoln flirting with danger here. Another walk, and there's a called strike right at the knees. Beautiful pitch. If Lincoln walks another one in, that's going to be it. So teetering on the brink here. And so this one gets away from everybody. Here coming into score for Los Alamos at third base, and that ends this ball game right there. So coming into score for the Hilltoppers at that time was Grant Watkins. And so Watkins comes in for the final one. So it ends up with a 10-0 ball game as the Hilltoppers win this one over Santa Fe. Mercy rule them. So that brings it to a close. So the Hilltoppers, so they down Santa Fe right now 10-0 with the Mercy rule. And then the next game, they'll move on to Farmington. They go to Farmington this Saturday afternoon, and they're going to double header. They're going to play the Scorpions up there. On Saturday, they'll have a doubleheader at noon, and then followed immediately after that, at approximately 2:00. So that wraps us up for the week. And the Hilltoppers come away with a impressive win this afternoon against the Santa Fe Demons. And let's see. I don't know. I'm trying to see what. Anyway, so the Hilltopper boys will be on the road for the next game, and I'm not sure what our schedule is. What our schedule is going to be next week, but Hilltoppers. Well, let's see. I have them they're 10. They have 10 runs, and let's see. I can see if we add up the hits here. There's 10 runs on 4, 5. Awful lot of walks that last inning. I only have them for 5 hits altogether, and they stranded actually only stranded 2 this time. So that means 3, 5, 6, 8 stranded. 10 batters, 10 runners. Okay. That's it. You have the statistics. Write those down at home. Anyway, that's going to do it for us. So for my good buddy Mike Mays, who couldn't make it here this afternoon, and for Nate Limback and John McHale, our outstanding photographers who provide those pictures, and they also made all of this possible by getting together with the Daily Post, Carol Clark. And so Carol made it possible for us to do the broadcast over the YouTube channel. So thank you to the Daily Post for their support. I want to thank the Los Alamos Police Department, Los Alamos Fire Department for their support of Los Alamos High School athletics. And we really do appreciate that. So this is Gene Martinson. And we're going to call it a day. So you have a great day tomorrow, and have another Friday, a beautiful weekend. All you got to do is put a little love in your heart. Don't forget to hug the penguin. But the most important thing to do is always be excellent to each other. And sweetie pie, I love you, honey. Miss you. I'll love you forever. Bye-bye, everybody.
Hello, I'm Commander Oliver Morris with the Los Alamos Police Department. It's an exciting time to live in Los Alamos. With the increase in hiring at the lab, we've seen more motorists and visitors come to Los Alamos. But with that, we've also seen an increase in traffic. And with traffic, we also get calls of distracted driving, speeding, and sometimes aggressive driving. Please join me in reducing these calls. Our officers are going to be out in force looking for these types of driving behavior. If you see something, please call us at our non-emergency line or our emergency line. We appreciate your partnership in helping keep our community safe, and thank you.
Hi, I'm Troy Hughes with Los Alamos Fire Department, reminding you that fall's upon us and winter's soon coming, so we'll start using our appliances more, like our furnace, our fireplaces. Make sure you get those appliances checked by a certified technician, especially the fireplaces. Make sure you've got a good chimney sweep, get that thing good and clean and ready to burn, and make sure you have a good working CO detector